What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down this open field crossover move here by Jeudy. We're going to be talking about how you guys can get more separation with a double up release, a crossover move, and just overall why you would want to use this release in this specific situation. So I hope this video gives you guys some value. I hope it teaches you a few new things, but also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to know the specific things you need to do on the field and in the gym to improve your overall game, check out that Ultimate Wide Receiver Training Schedule. So that's the very first link in the description below, fellas. What you'll get access to is a 28-day on-field wide receiver workout plan, all the specific drills you need to be doing, and we include an instructional video where we break down each day of the plan, give you specific sets and reps, and show you full speed examples. And then also you get access to a 28-day wide receiver gym training program, all the specific exercises you need to do in the gym to improve your explosiveness, speed off the ball, and all the above. So very first link in the description, fellas. Everything's broken down simple for you. Hope you guys could check that out. Let's get started. So Jeudy's going with this open field crossover right here, right? So this is like kind of on this under route, kind of a slant route. And again, this is kind of a longer developing play, right? So we got to know the situation of when I'm supposed to use this thing and just obviously the mechanics of it, right? So I got like, let's say for example, it's a 5-yard under route, right? So like, I don't want to just get, if this is like man coverage, for example, like if I come onto the line of scrimmage and I see that, okay, that quarterback's going to be getting some pressure. It looks like they're stacking the box, right? I probably don't want to go with something like this where I kind of take my time, close the distance and be a little patient, then throw the 1-2. I probably just want to get up and get out because I know the quarterback is going to want to be getting this thing out fast. And whether this is a slant, whether it's an under route, I know that's a good man coverage beater. So I got to make sure that you know the situation for this. Now, if it's like a play where let's say maybe we're out of, it looks like we may be out of like a trip situation here where we got maybe a dig on the outside. It's like a levels concept. Maybe we got like a seam, so whatever the play concept may be. And the quarterback's looking from 1 back down to 2, or maybe he's going from 1 to 2 back down to 3. That's when we want to be patient off of this type of release. You guys got to know the situations that you want to be able, that you want to use these specific releases on, the specific things that you need to do. You can't just go out there and treat every single play like it's the exact same. That's why one-on-ones gets a lot of guys in trouble. So now, let's get to the mechanics of this movement. So he does a great job when this DB's in off coverage. Close the distance. Make him uncomfortable. This may even be a little bit too far to make this move, but you want to make sure that we're closing the distance with him because I want him to be on those heels or I want him to be on the defensive, right? Because there's always that threat of us going vertical. And now when I'm throwing this crossover move, you want to make sure that we step to the side that we are going first, right? So you see how Jeudy, that first step, it's not super important that it has to be wide, but it's got to be sudden. That first step has got to create some explosion. And you see how his upper half even goes with that cut. But that weight is distributed on the inside part of his foot because that's where we need to be. This cut needs to be sudden. We need to be focused on exploding off of that cut and really throwing my hip into this like crossover portion of this move, right? So it's like we're playing basketball with this guy. So where's that DB supposed to be watching? He's supposed to be watching your hips, right? That number. That's where he's going to be looking. So if I don't sell with that, if I just give a little lean with my head and my shoulders, this guy ain't going to move, right? So I got to really make sure that I'm throwing with my entire upper half. So you see after that first step, he throws that second step, right? It's just a quick 1-2 and he's throwing, right? That weight stays on the inside part of his foot because he knows that's where that explosion is. But his shoulders and his hips are saying that he's going to the outside, right? His hands are working. His hands are not super low. His hands are not super high. His hands are quick, but we got to make sure that we're generating explosion with those cuts. You're bringing your hip with those cuts and that cut is outside this DB's frame because we have to threaten him vertical. We have to threaten him to the sideline, whatever it may be. If you guys do this move and you just take 2 steps inside your frame and you just give a little lean with your head and your shoulders, that's not going to make a DB move. You have to throw like you're playing basketball, like you got a basketball right here and you're trying to cross him up to the outside. Now, when I get this DB to be here, it's so important that this is why those toes need to stay forward. I'm driving off that inside part of my foot. And I know that seems like a little small detail, but trust me, guys will make cuts like this and this toe will point over here, their hip points over here, and then they have this long rounded out break. You got to be sudden, wait on the inside arch, burst so we can accelerate and win that race back to the ball. It's exactly what Jeudy does. A lot of people can get this guy to hesitate, but not a lot of people can win that race back to the ball, and that has to be my mindset as a receiver. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Jeudy kind of slowing it down, throwing that 1-2. Make sure we know the situation to do this, and make sure we know the mechanics of that open field crossover. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I always appreciate the feedback, always appreciate the video suggestions. And again, fellas, Ultimate Wide Receiver Training Schedule, all the specific things wide receivers need to do in the gym and on the field, broken down sets and reps, specific rest periods. We give you conditioning days, and we include a breakdown video where we break down every single day of the plan, all the drills, the importance of the drills, and a full speed example of each one. So I hope you guys could check it out. Very first link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.